All right, first and foremost, we like to give our praises to
Praises to
Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Yahweh
Yahushai,
Hashem,
Hashem, Kodash.
double honor to our apostles and members of Green Mill Student, taught us the truth, who surely do well, the apostles to have the Barakah, I am love, and the other elders on down. Right, shalom, peace and safety to the elect, scattered across the four corners of the planet, the confusion of faces. Brothers, the brothers that look like the different nations where they're scattered abroad, they may look like Edomites, Ishmaelites, so on and so forth. Shalom, peace and safety to the family. Right, so the lesson here today is entitled Simon the Canaanite and Salvation is only for Israel. Right, so that you won't be confused, I incorporated the two, right? Because just our basic understanding was as long as you go through the scriptures, there's something called middle scriptures and there's what weak scriptures, right? And the middle scriptures is that what salvation is only for Israel. You understand?
Done, done.
No other nation. Yashua, the princes of the power, right? Which are the Negroes, the Latinos, and the Native Americans that were put into slavery that suffer under the curses unto this very day. Right, pursuant to Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 46, I think it is that there will be a sign upon thee and thy seed, forever. And then what there's Daniel chapter 9 and 11, right? That the curses are upon us, all Israel have transgressed thy law, and the curses are upon us. Right? And unto us is what confusion of faces. So I give salutations unto the confusion of faces, brother, because what Israel has been scattered abroad pursuant to the curses. Right? James chapter 1, verse 1 talks about the 12 tribes scattered abroad, right? And there's a New Testament for your critics that are so-called Christians, right? But the real Christians were who? Were Jews, right? Were followers of Yahweh Shai, because that was a Christian mean. Christian, somebody who followed the anointed, right? And Yahweh Shai was the anointed, he was anointed with the Holy Spirit of understanding, right? And Peter, when he asked Peter, who do men say I am, or who do you say I am? Peter said, you are the anointed, the Son of the Most High. Right?
Right.
So this is who we, the prophets, are prophesying about and testifying about. Yahweh Balashim Yahweh Shai. Yahweh being the Heavenly Father and Yahweh Shai, his only begotten Son. Right? Yahweh, he separated himself from the nation of Israel because what? We broke the covenants, which was the law, statutes, and commandments, that we promised to keep, to serve him and him only. Right? Going back to the 10 Commandments, plus for the 613 laws, statutes, and commandments, right? We broke them and we served idols after we promised that we won't. So the Most High separated himself from us. But guess what? Yahweh Shai was what? That bridge, that ark, that bridge between us and the Most High. And he was the only one found worthy to what? To sit at the right hand side of the Father of Yahweh Shai Shai. Yahweh, right? He sat at the right hand side, right? While the rest of angels are ministering spirits, he sits at the right hand side of the Father, right? Because he redeemed the nation of Israel and was found worthy. Pursuant to Revelation chapter 5, right? He's the only one found worthy, right? So salvation belongs to his nation, which is the nation of Israel. Right? So this is Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is his Hebrew name. Right? When you read John 19:19, it speaks of 19 going down. It speaks of Pilate putting a name on the cross, and it's written in Hebrew, Latin, and Greek. So, okay, let me see if I can get that real quick. You have something to say?
Yeah, I could compare this is 1 Timothy chapter 2, verse 5, because it was talking about Yahweh Shai is the mediator, right? I'll read verse 4 because it's the point in 5. It says, who will have all men to be saved and to come unto the knowledge of the truth? For there is one power and one mediator between Yahweh and men. And the man.
That mediator is Yahweh Shai. It says so in Exodus 23 and 20. He's a mediator. He's the only one that can make intercession for us to the Heavenly Father, right? Because he put his life, he gave up his life for the nation. You understand? He didn't give his life for all the nations on earth. The other nations, they had nothing to do with him, right? The Romans, they were the ones that slaughtered him. Ultimately, they were the ones that pierced him in the side and crucified him on the cross, right? But it was Israelites who put to cast his judgment upon him. His own people, that was the contradiction spoken about in Hebrews, right? Go ahead, up.
The man Yahushua HaMashiach, who gave himself a ransom for all to be testified in due time.
He gave himself a ransom for all to be testified in due time, right? That time is nigh. That time is nigh. His return is nigh, right? This is St. John 19:19. Pilate wrote a title and put it on the cross, and it was written, and the writing was Yahushua of Nazareth, the King of the Jews. Right? The title then read, many of the Jews, for the place where Yahushua was crucified was nigh to the city, and it was written in Hebrew, in Greek, and in Latin. Right? So why was it written in Hebrew? Because he was a Hebrew man. You know? Yahushua, when you go back to Matthew 1:1, this is the book of the generations of Yahushua, Mashiach, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Right? And when you go back to Genesis, it says Abraham was a Hebrew man. Right? Abraham the Hebrew. Right? His father was Terah. Right? That came out of Abraham came out of, or Abram came out of the Chaldees. Right? So this man, Yahushua, he came to save his people from their sins. Right? This is Matthew 2:6, also that 5. And they said unto him in Bethlehem of Judea, for this is the writing, by the prophet, art not the least among Salakia. Let me read it here. It says, when Herod the king had heard these things, he was troubled, and all Jerusalem with him. And when he had gathered all the chief priests and the scribes of the people together, he demanded of them where the Mashiach, or the Christ, should be born. Right? So he was inquiring where the anointed should be born. And what is the anointing? The anointing was the Holy Spirit, the spirit of understanding all things. Right? Which the men of the Lord, they have. Because the scripture says so. We have an unction to know all things. And that's the Holy Spirit to understand it. It's not robo sound like a rotary engine. No, it's not that. Right? It's not epileptic fits in the church or in the streets. Right? It's not gyrating their body because they're basically talking again, they cannot answer themselves in the church. There's none of these things. Right? The Holy Spirit is a spirit of understanding. Right? It says, and he said unto them in Bethlehem of Judea, for thus it is written by the prophets, and thou Bethlehem, the land of Judea, art not the least among the princes of Judah, for out of thee shall come a governor that shall rule my people Israel. And then Herod, when he had privately called the wise men, inquired of them diligently what time the star appeared. Right? So Yahushua, he's going to be the ruler of the nation of Israel, no other. Right? He's the ruler and the governor, Israel king, as they say in the reggae song. Israel king is Israel God. Right? Our Lord is our power. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right? And he came for no other. And guess what? With that being said, his disciples going to be Israelites also. Because he came for no other.
I took that one for you. Yeah. Because you was talking about, in Matthew 2:4, right? He was talking about the Mashiach, but he was talking about the Spirit, right? This is Revelation 19, verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me, see thou do it not, I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahushua. Worship Yahweh, for the testimony of Yahushua is the spirit of prophecy. Because there's no talking about Holy Spirit is the spirit of wisdom and understanding. And when you get wisdom and understanding, most I will put prophecies in your mouth, because this word is prophecy, right? And to add to the Matthew 2, reading on, we say, come to save his people, right? In verse 8, right? This is Isaiah 53:5. But he was wounded for our transgression. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him. And with his stripes we were healed. Verse 6. All we like sheep have gone astray. We have turned everyone to his own way, and Yahweh Hashem Yahushua had laid on him the iniquity of all of us, which is all Israel. Because when you read Isaiah 1 which was the first thing he say here, oh Israel? No? So he come from nowhere else.
This is Acts chapter 3, verse 25. Ye are the children of the prophets, and the covenant, and of the covenant which Yahweh made with our fathers, saying unto Abraham, and in thy seed shall all the kindreds of the earth be blessed. Unto you first, power, having raised up his son, Yahweh Shai, sent him to bless you, and turning away every one of you from his iniquities. Right? So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai to what? Send his son to turn us away from our iniquities. And how he's doing that by giving us understanding of this word. So right now we're being cleansed by the washing of the water of the word. By the thorough breakdowns that were given unto us by our apostles and our elders and our leaders out there in New York. Right? The apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Right? Come all the way on down to the least man. Right? So what? Guess what? Iniquities is what? A multitude of sin. Transgressions, a multitude of sin. Sin overall, a transgression of the law. And the law was given unto who? Israel. Right? So with that being said, let me go into the main topic. Could you please get me Matthew chapter 10, verse 4?
Matthew chapter 10 and verse 4. And it reads, just gonna ask like 1 minute.
Yeah, of course, salvation is only for the nation of Israel. No matter what, no matter how it come across, these are some basic milk scriptures that they have to get down. That salvation is only for Israel.
That's right.
No other nation. With that being said, the disciples had to be Israelites, the apostles had to be Israelites. They're not going to become any other nation and to help bring forth salvation. Right? To be a minister unto the Lord. Hell no, they're not going to be of another nation. Go ahead, Al.
This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 4. Simon the Canaanite and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him.
Start at verse 2, Salakia.
All right, this is Matthew
chapter 10. Start at verse 1.
Matthew chapter 10, verse 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of diseases.
Yeah, so Yahweh Shai, when he was on earth, Salakia, he was doing these things. He was healing the sick, cleansing the lepers, giving sight to the blind. And this is physical. This wasn't just allegoric or symbolic healing. This was real. This was hands-on healing, physical, true healing he was doing. Right? And he gave this power unto his elect, which were the disciples that were with him. Right? At the time that then became apostles. Go ahead.
Now the names of the 12 apostles are these. The first, Simon, who is called Peter.
And Andrew. Simon, who is called Peter. Right? Go ahead.
And Andrew, his brother. James, the son of Zebedee. And John, his brother. Philip and Bartholomew. Thomas and Matthew, the publican. James, the son of Alphaeus. And Lebbaeus, whose surname was Thaddeus, Simon the Canaanite, and Judas Iscariot, who also betrayed him. Iscariot, who also betrayed him. Read on.
Just read verse 5.
These 12 Yahweh sent forth and commanded them, saying, Go not into the way of the Gentiles, and into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not.
Alright, so I want to share the screen a little bit. I'm going to go into that real quick. Right, because this is a simple breakdown. My brother asked me, it inspired this lesson. Right? So this is going back to verse 2, right? The names of the 12 apostles are these, are these. The first Simon, right? This is Simon in the Hebrew. It goes back to Simeon.
Charles G. 4613. Simone. Simone.
Simon the Zealot. Peter a rock or stone. Peter was one of the apostles. Simon called Zelotes or Canaanites, so on and so forth. And I'll just go on to just prove that there was Simeon. Alright, so you see Shimeon or Simeon.
Strong's H. 8095. Shimon. Shimon.
Simon or Simeon. Simeon or Simon. Shimon. Third, right? So the number is what? H1895. H1895, right? Which really goes back to Peter, which goes back to the rock, right? Peter, a rock or stone, right? Now go to Mark chapter 3, verse 18.
This is Mark chapter 3, verse 18. And James the son of Zebedee, and John the brother of James, and he surnamed them Boanerges, which is the sons of thunder. And Andrew, that was verse 17. About that. And Andrew, and Philip, and Bartholomew, and Matthew, and Thomas, and James the son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, and Simeon the Canaanite.
And Simeon the Canaanite. So that's going to Simeon the Canaanite. Canaanite. Because there was two Simeon or Simon. Right? Simeon the Canaanite. It goes to what? Canaanite goes into what?
Strong's G. 2581. Canaanites. Bayer's lexicon. Canaanites. Canaanites.
Canaanites. Right? See something really quick. All right. So Canaanites. This is from the Zonabon's Pictorial Dictionary, right? Canaanite or Canaanite, Simeon or Simon, the so-called in Matthew 10 and 4, but in the ASV, that's the next thing we're supposed to bring up. So let me go back to Matthew real quick. A little patience, yeah, sure. Go back to Matthew real quick. Wow. Look for the comparison here. Comparison. Right? Bible, right? Simon the Canaanite, so we're gonna get some depth here. So this is in the KJV, they call him Simon the Canaanite. The new KJV, they call Simon the Canaanite. But in the NLT, they call him what? Simon the Zealot. Right? Judas Iscariot who later betrayed him. The NIV, Simon the Zealot. Right? ESV, Simon the Zealot. Right? So let me show you something really quick. Rakium, right? So this is the list of the 12 disciples or 12 apostles according to what Wikipedia, right? So there was two Simons. There was Simon, right, called Peter, Petros or Petra, right, which goes back to the rock, right,
Right.
or Cephas, right. This is written, I think, is John 1 and 4, I think 2 or 144, right. It calls them Cephas, which goes back to the stone or the rock, right.
Right.
It breaks it down. Let me read it. Simon called Peter, Petrus, Petra, Aram, rock, by Yahushua of Nazareth, also known as Simon Bar Jonah, son of Jonah, right? And Simon Bar Jochanan, Aram, right?
Right.
And earlier Pauline epistles were written first Cephas, which goes back to rock or stone, and Simon Peter, a fisherman of Bethsaida of Galilee, John 1 and 44, and 12 and 21. Simon Peter also brother Andrew, sorry, Simon Peter, Andrew's brother, Matthew 10 and 2, Mark 3 and 16, Luke 6 and 14. Mary's husband, Mark's father, right? And Barnabas' brother-in-law, right? So these are the scriptures to go with it. We don't have to go into it, right? We just go through real quick. There's Andrew, James, John, Philip, Thaddeus, which is Judas, which goes, I think he goes back to Jude, his brother of Yahushai. This might be known. Judas, son of James, right? Right. Yeah, this is not the brother of Yahushua, Salakia. Right? Um, Bartholomew in Aramaic, Thomas, James, Matthew, Simon the Canaanite, right? So this is what we're looking at, Simon the Canaanite. Called in Luke and Acts as Simon the Zealot. So this is what we just see, right? So Matthew 10 is so calling what? Simon the Zealot in different translations. Right? Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, right? We come back here. So Simon, the Canaanite, called in Luke and Acts, Simon the Zealot, some identify with Simon of Jerusalem, Thaddeus, brother, Matthew 10 and 4, which we read, 13 and 55, Mark 3 and 18, and Luke 6 and 15. Right? So we're gonna go into it. So we're gonna go into the Bible dictionary real quick. The Bible dictionary, Canaanite, which this is the Donovan Pictorial Bible Dictionary. Let me see if I can come back. Let me see if I can come back to the camera here real quick. I don't know if it will be visible. I don't know if it will be visible here. It says Canaanite Simon, Simon the Canaanite, right?
Okay.
Now I have a really good camera, so I'm gonna have to read it out. It says so called in Matthew 10 and 4, but in the ESV the Canaan, right? In margin or in the margin, he called him or Zealot, one of the original 12 apostles. He bore the epithet Canaanite to distinguish him from Simon Peter, right? So he's separate from Simon Peter, which was the first they called,
Okay.
right? So when you look up the word Canaan or Canaan, which was this word that we looked up here, and we actually looked it up in Mark. Let's see if I can get it back here in Mark.
Salad.
This is Mark 3 and 8.
You want Mark 3 and 18 now?
Yeah, come. Let's play the umbrella stuff.
Alright, come.
Mark 3 and 18. Time at the Canaanite. The word for Canaanite will come back to Can Canaan, right? Canaino. Canainos.
Psalms G 2581, Ananias. Ananias.
That comes to zealous.
Thayer's lexicon. Canaanites. Canaanites.
Right? That comes to the word zealous. Right? So it says, Canaim, the description of Simon the zealot in Matthew 10 and 4 ESV, but the Canaanite by mistake in KJV. Probably zealot, Luke 6 and 15, from Aramaic word correct description. Right? So we're going to go to the meaning of zealot. Right? So this is the word zealot in the Pictorial Bible Dictionary. It says, a member of the Jewish Patriotic Party. Again, a member of this Jewish, right? Remember this represent the word Jewish represent the Southern Kingdom, right? Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, right? The Jewish Patriotic Party started in the time of Cyrenius to resist Roman aggression, according to Josephus, right? Zealots resorted to violence and assassination in their hatred of Romans. Their fanatical violence eventually provoking the Roman war. Simon the Zealot was distinguished from Simon Peter by this epithet in Luke 6 and 15, right? So Simon the Zealot was an Israelite, right?
Some more for me finish.
Right, go ahead.
Right, so I'm gonna share my screen so you can see it too, because as I read it off there, right, I also look up the word zealot, right? So I'll share my screen. I know if I know like anyone I'm gonna share the screen now, so I'll just read it, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I look up this on Google, right? So
the
zealot.
Yes, sir. Just share the screen. Yeah, on the left hand side. I don't know if you have it on the left hand side. You see the green monitor. They're not coming through.
Now on the left hand.
Or the three dots on the right hand side. You'll see share screen.
Now I just see in live on my own, and on the side I seen like a chat. I seen something marked share screen. When I click on it, I seen your entire screen, and I seen application window.
Application window and hit share. Touch the application window and hit share.
Alright,
share will highlight. Either one. Either application window or entire screen. Either one.
I think it's gone share there. Seen it?
Yeah, can't.
Alright. So seeing where the mouse keypad is here. So it's saying the Zealots were a public movement in the 1st century, Second Temple Judaism, which goes back, as I now mentioned, the Jews, which is the Southern Kingdom, which sought to incite the people of Judea province to rebel against the Roman Empire and expel it from the Holy Land by force of arms, most notable during the First Jewish-Roman War, right? And this go back onto this side where it's saying historical, a member of an ancient Jewish seat aiming at a world Jewish theocracy and
it's an ancient Jewish sect aiming at a world Jewish theocracy and releasing the Romans until AD 70.
God.
Resistance, sorry, not releasing, resisting the Romans until AD 70. Because in 70 AD is when we ultimately got run out of Jerusalem. Right? We fled for our lives out of Jerusalem.
About me right there?
But yeah, can't.
Alright.
Yeah. This is first the same John chapter 1 verse 42. And he brought him to Yahushai, and Yahushai beheld him and said, Thou art Simon, the son of Jonah, thou shalt be called Cephas, which is by interpretation a stone. Right? So that's the difference, because and we had to look up the word epithet, right? Because they said that this epithet, which is Simon the Canaanite, was given to Simon the Canaanite. right? To separate him from Simon, the Simon Peter, which is what? Stone.
Um, and that just to prove, right? When we went into the word Zilla, that just to prove how Yahushua wouldn't bring no hidden into this heritage, because we of a commonwealth according to Ephesians 2, I think, right? If I could just bring that quick piece of here. That's not one more time. Okay, go down and say something about time. Let us get it.
And the word effinet, it goes to what? The noun, an adjective or phrase expressing a quality or attribute regarding and characteristic of a person or thing mentioned. All men are often unfairly awarded the epithet dirty, right? Or synonyms. So, alright, I can't pronounce that first word. It says nickname, by nickname, title, name, label, tag, etc. Right? So his epithet was what? The zealot, because that was a characteristic of it that he was zealous for the word. Right?
Hey, picked up and I finished.
Go ahead.
This is Ephesians 2:12 say that at that time you were without a measure being aliens from the commonwealth of Israel. Right? Commonwealth. Right? So that's going into the etymology of the word commonwealth, right? Commonwealth. Right? They're saying the commonwealth of nations. Let's look it up on Google, right? The Commonwealth of a nation, normally known as the Commonwealth, is a unique political association. But it just goes back to shows that hey, if it's a Commonwealth of Israel, right, you're born into that. You was not grafted into that. You was born into that by a bloodline. Not like how all these are they're saying, right? Not anybody from on the streets could say they're going up into um the political sector if they're not qualified, But we are qualified through the bloodline of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. That's the reason why Simon the Zealot is an Israelite. And big brother, we are burning the toe through the spirit of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, that is it basically. Salvation is only for Israel. Right? And Simon the Zealot was an Israelite. Right? Or Simon the Canaanite. Because they call him, Bible dictionary actually said it was a mistake. Right? It was a mistake. But, it's so subtle that they would have put that in there to try to stick in the other nation. Right? But that zealot just describes or is an attribute of his characteristic, right? Meaning that he was zealous for the truth. He was zealous for Hashem Yahushua, right? And so Cephas, which is Peter, stone or rock. He's faithful, unmovable. Alright? This is quite a
two precepts here, right? This is Genesis chapter 9, verse 25. And he said, Cursed be Cain, a servant of servants, shall he be unto his brethren, right? And according to Malachi 3:6, the Most High changed not, right? He changed not, and I think it's in Numbers, he say he's a man that he shall not lie, all right? So the Most High ain't go bring a heathen into to be an apostle. This is Exodus 11, verse 7. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog, the dog represents what these other heathen nations, move a stone against man or beast, that they may know that Yahweh Hashem Yahushua do put a difference between Egyptians and Israel. Musa put a difference between them. So Yahushua, everything was given into Yahushua hand. Yahushua ain't go put a heathen into the flood.
So yeah, Yahushua said they were dying and not dying on mine. Right? And all that was Yahweh was what was his apple of his eye was who the nation of Israel. It says Joel chapter 2 verse 32. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be delivered. For in Mount Zion and in Jerusalem shall be deliverance, as the Lord had said, and in the remnant whom the Lord shall call. Right? So the Most High was what? He sent forth the apostles. Before he had sent, he breathed unto them the breath of life, which is the spirit of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Right? And he tell them, go forth. He said what? In the same Matthew 10, he said, heal the sick, cleanse, and so on and so forth, so on and so forth. Right? Freely ye have received, freely ye give. Now, why would he do that to a heathen? He wouldn't do that to a heathen. Right? Unless a person appeared to look like a heathen, but were not truly spirit, he was an Israelite. For example, the Ethiopian eunuch, he was an Israelite. Right? Cornelius, he was an Israelite. Right? They were scattered all abroad. Coming back to Acts chapter 2. Right? I'll get that real quick. Acts chapter 2. And starting at verse 1. And when the day of Pentecost was fully come, they were all with one accord in one place, right? It was in Jerusalem, right? And it suddenly there came a song from heaven as of a rushing mighty wind and filled all the house where they were sitting. And there appeared unto them cloven tongues like as of fire, and it sat upon each of them, and they were all filled with the Holy Spirit, and they began to speak with other tongues, and the Spirit gave them utterance. And there were dwelling in Jerusalem Jews, devout men, out of every nation under the heaven. Right? Now when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. And they were amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans? How hear we every man in our own tongue, wherein we were born? You understand? So he was born in Elam. He might have been born in the land of Canaan. He might have been born in Cyrene. They might have been born in Rome, but guess what? They all heard it in their own language. I give them the gift of tongues, right? The gift of tongues. Certain brothers have a bilingual, multilingual. All this is what? The Holy Spirit, right? This morning I was taking any brother from South Africa. But what's up? Did a transmission in what? In English, right? And when that English transmission was ended, he was doing a transmission and so in what? Whatever language he's speaking, of course, in the African, right? Canaanite dialect, right? And now goes back to Revelation. Isaiah, it's 28 and 9.
And speak to them in different tongues.
Tamarind lips and another tongue, right? 28 and 9 and 10. Isaiah 28 and 9. Who shall I teach knowledge, and who shall I make to understand doctrine? They're not a wean from the milk and drawn from the breast. So we went through the milk, right? That Yahweh came for his nation, right? For those who commit iniquity, for those who commit transgression. Right? And the law was given unto Israel. Leviticus 26:46. And many other scriptures that say the law was only given unto Israel. Psalms 147, 19 and 20. Right? The key scriptures. Right? So only Israel could transgress the law. So he came for these people to transgress the law. Sinners. Right? The scripture says so in the New Testament. He didn't come he came for those who were sinners. Right? He didn't come for those who were whole. He came for the sinners. Right? Out of his people. Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, and precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. For with stammering lips and with another tongue will ye speak to this people, to whom he said, this is the rest wherewith ye may cause the weary to rest. And this is the refreshing, yet they would not hear. Right? So I mean, these sides were playing and play. So Simon the Canaanite was an Israelite, right? The Canaanite was a mistake, right? In one scripture it says Canaanite, in the other scripture it says zealot, right? Or Canaan, which means zealous. He was jealous for Yahweh Shemel Shai. It was an attribute or um um describing word used to describe how his characteristics. He was a zealot, right? So after that, because I mean the lesson not to be drawn out. That was the point.
All right,
So,
too quick one fair.
go ahead.
This is Zechariah chapter 2, verse 8. But thus says Yahweh Hashem Yahushua of hosts, after the glory had he sent me unto the nations which spoil you.
Yeah,
go ahead, go ahead.
Spoilers was who? The nation of Edom, right? They were supposed to be our the sword against us, the whipping stick, but when we went up, but they carried way past. They carried way past, you know? They carried us into slavery, wasn't to drink out of that cup, but they carried into slavery and way past that. Up to now, we're still in their captivity. Not knowing our heritage because well, Israel can know their heritage if the Most High allows it, right? If the Most High allows the white man to come out and say, hey, here we see, we rape, robbed, and murdered you. We took away your nationality, we took away your heritage, we took away your language, which we know through the Spirit. The prophets are Yahweh Shemel, we know through the Spirit.
That's
we
right.
Can identify these things, right? And this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, and this is his America is his what? It's his city, his golden city. That the Most High is taking down. The Most High is destroying as we speak. Right? Go ahead.
For he that touched you touched the apple of his eye.
Yeah, he that touched you touched the apple of his eye. When you look at the apple of his eye, it goes into the word Baba in the Hebrew. Right? It's chosen. Your touch is chosen of the Most High. Right? The Most High separated all the nations and give them the lands, the inheritance, which is the lands, right? After he chose the land for the nation of Israel. So he made provisions for the nation of Israel first, and then what remained was given them to these heathens, right? But now you'll have removed those borders and enslaved the Lord's people. I have a precept for that. Go ahead after you finish it off.
This is 1 Corinthians 14, verse 31. For ye may all prophesy one by one, that all may learn and all may be comforted, and the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. So Simon the Canaanite was a prophet, because the brother Barak quoted the scripture earlier on, Psalm 147, right? The Most High only showed his works unto who? Unto Jacob, unto Israel. He have not dealt so with no other nation. So the only people understand this word is Israel. The only people could prophesy is a prophet.
Yeah, the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets. Jeremiah said what? He tried to see the thing, but it was in him like a burning fire. But he had to let it out, because his spirit was subject. The Most High gave him the spirit of prophecy. He can hold his peace. The Most High put that spirit in him to what? To let it be known, right? To tell the nation, hey, repent, turn back. The kingdom of heaven is at hand. Right? This is Jeremiah 20, verse 8. For since I spake, I cried out. I cried violence and spoil, because the word of the Lord was made a reproach unto me, and a derision daily. Right? So this is what we crying out. We cried out that the land is spoiled, utterly ruined, it's corrupt. Right? There's violence everywhere. From babies being killed, to women being killed, to wicked as Jake and heathen being killed on a daily basis. Violence and spoil. And hey, there's going to be more killing. There's going to be more murder. There's going to be more bloodshed. Right? It's going to be more grievous. Right? There's going to be more biochemical warfare. You see measles. Right? You said CDC, the Center of Disease Control. As they show you, the scripture says that the tongue will tell upon you. So they show you in World War Z. Right? They create these diseases and they release it into the atmosphere. They release it to the public, making it what? A pandemic, meaning an all-demic. Pan goes back to all. Epi, I can't remember what epi means, but epi doesn't mean all. We have an epidemic, so right now we have a measles epidemic in New York, but then you can have a pandemic, which is all, everywhere, right? These Jacob's trouble is going to be a pandemic. But Jacob's trouble is going to be everywhere that Jacob is. Besides in Babylon, it's going to be the prophecies is concerned in Babylon, but everywhere that Jake dwells is going to be Jacob's trouble. For example, we see in the beginning stages, the biggest example we have of it right now is Venezuela, right? where the so-called Venezuelans, which we know them to be Asher, according to the prophecy as we believe, as it was broken down by the 12 tribe chart by our apostles and elders, teachers, high priest area, we believe, right, that these people, of course, they're in South America, in a certain region are called Asher. There's Naphtali, right? They have the different names and the different tribes, of course, they in South America, right?
Con,
Now they're being affected. They happen to leave Venezuela and will go up and spread out towards seek refuge. We have asylum seekers, refugees, of course, here in West Trinidad. Because why? They flee in Jacob's trouble, but the Most High said what? The day of the Lord is going to be as though you run from a what? A bear, you run from the lion and the snake bit you. You put your hand on the wall and the
con,
snake bit you, right? I'll get at you. I'll get at you. Let me just finish up Jeremiah, Bible Shop. It says,
con,
verse 9, then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak anymore in his name. But his word was in my heart. His heart goes back into his mind, his lap, right? The word of the Lord. Sometimes you can't sleep, right? Because you have a precept in your mind that you have to get up and go look it up. You might have to write it down because you need to build a lesson off of that topic, right? It says, then said I will not make mention of him, nor speak anymore in that name, but this his word was in my heart as a burning fire shut up in my bones, and I was very weary with forbearing, and I could not stay. So the prophet, the spirit of the prophet, subject to the prophet. But this is what he was created to do. He was created to prophesy, right?
that's right.
Four elders that worship Yahweh, Yahweh on the throne 24 hours. Daily, their sole duty is to just lay the crowns on the ground and just worship Yahweh, great and merciful King, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Worship. Prostrate themselves and worship Yahweh. That's their purpose. Our purpose is to serve Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai.
Con,
This is,
con.
I think it's, Yahweh Priscilla?
Yeah, I want to where was talking about they gonna be we say Pandora
Pandemic meaning all.
can, right? The reason why we bring this precept, right? This precept talking about Esau, but just as how it's gonna be on all Esau, it's gonna be on all Israel. This is Revelation chapter 8, verse 8, but the point in verse 9, right? And the second angel sung, and it Salakia sounded, and as it were a great mountain burning with fire, was cast into the sea, and the third part of the sea became blood. This talking about Esau, right? And the third part of the creatures which were in the sea and had life died, and the third part of the ships were destroyed. That third part talking about anyway Esau is. Anyway Esau is, the Mosaic one destroy him. So when Jacob's trouble is coming, as Big Brother Bora now mentioned, that all Israel going to have that Jacob troubles in all which part Jacob is. So all which part Esau is he going to be destroyed, and all which part Israel is they going to feed Jacob trouble.
Right, so this is epidemic of the online etymology dictionary. Epidemic and epidemic disease, a temporary prevalence of disease throughout a community from epidemic, early epidemic, Old English from position, Middle English, blah blah blah. Alright, what is the breakdown the word epi? If you look at this, look up the word epi. Now, pan means all. I can't remember what epi means. Epi before vowels, aspirated word. On or upon, above, also in addition to. The word among from Greek epi, upon or at, in space or time, on occasion. Also, epi, near, at, against, source. Right? So that's the meaning of the word epi. Right? But pan means all.
Come.
right? Yeah, so I'll quote this one, so I'm gonna bring it out. This is Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord, to what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into a house and laid his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and not brightness in it? So what? The so-called Asherites or Venezuelans, so-called Venezuelans, they're running across here to Trinidad, but in Trinidad legislation, there's what? The electronic monitoring bill, right? Which says that anybody being incarcerated could be electronically monitored. The words vague enough and clear enough, vague and vivid at the same time, if that is not an oxymoron, right? But they're vague and clear enough that it makes way for what? RFID or electronic monitoring, which goes back into RFID, right? Which goes back to RFID. At the time when they had the sample run, they had an SOE, which is a state of emergency, and what? They arrested gangsters or gang leaders or community leaders, and they put on what? Electronic bracelets on them. But the time that was back then. That was 2007. The time the time and the technology has increased. Whereas now it's plain that it's an RFID chip. Whereas they even said they was going to put RFID chips in what the number plates in registering vehicles locally, right? To monitor. So this is what they can look forward to. You're leaving from Venezuela to come here to seek asylum. This week here they will say they're going to allow Venezuelans to come and register to get what national localized or citizenship or whatever it may be. Those asylum seekers, they give them a week of grace to come in and get registered. But guess what? They're gonna have to follow through. Providing that the government says, "Oh, hey, what's your position? Right? We give you this now. Now you need to take a RFID chip so that we can electronically monitor you wherever you are in the country." Right? So then when it goes into saying what? As if what? Amos chapter 5, verse 18. Verse 19, if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, so they flee from Maduro, they flee from Guaido, they flee from America, they flee from Russia, they flee from all that bacchanal, as they say in Venezuela, to Trinidad, where it's so called at ease. There's a easier economy, there's work, right? There's not an economic crisis, as to say, right? But guess what? They went and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall, and a serpent bit him. Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light, even very dark and no brightness in it? Because when that serpent bites you, it means that you take hold of his philosophy or his doctrine, his wine, which is his poison, which is the RFID chip. Right? They take the chip over here in Trinidad, and guess what? The Most High say he's gonna pour out his wrath without mixture upon you, which is Revelation 14 and 9. Right? So your destruction still at hand. And the same thing gonna go here, because what hell's gonna break loose, they're gonna have race wars here, right? Because Jake's 2/3 of Jake, right now they're selling Asher into slavery, they're kidnapping, they're human trafficking, all these different things. These Asherites, these are your sisters and your brothers, right? They're extorting, right? They're using usury, right? All manner of evil they're doing towards their neighbor. These Asherites are your brother and your sister. You all deem them as less, but they are equal to you. You both are underneath the curses, right? You both are underneath the curses. But when you only understand this when Yahweh Shai comes back, right? Because that's when you're going to understand it as a whole and a nation. But right now, you're heading your way. Puters are heading their way into being what? Judge for the abomination that is being done, because they're not listening to the prophets. They're not listening to the words of Yahweh Shai. Ultimately, the Most High, he had blinded them. All right, I had this precept. This is Habakkuk chapter 2, going back to America, verse 8. Because thou hast spoiled many nations, all the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein. Woe to them that coveted an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. For thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off and the people, and has sinned against thy soul. So you remove the borders, you take away our nationalities, our heritage, and you didn't give it back, right? You're talking about giving the people, the Israelites, reparations. We don't want reparations as the apostle did. He did a beautiful yapa lesson, Tawab lesson, pointing out that, hey, the currency of kings is gold and silver. Silver is the currency of gentlemen. The currency of kings is what gold, right? The currency of slaves is debt. You want to to recompense for slavery what with the currency of slaves, debt bearing notes, right? These notes are tangible, not intangible. They can be destroyed by fire, earthquake, flood. They can be destroyed, right? But gold and silver can't be destroyed, right? They're not going to change form. They're not going to wash away the ink and all that bullshit, right? This is if anything it was supposed to be gold and silver, but you won't do that. You can't do that. You won't do that. Not that you can, but you won't do that, right? Because you're like a vicious and wicked and proud people, Esau, right? You won't render the Most High people a recompense. The scripture said that the children will seek to please the poor, which is the nation of Israel. But you can't please us with FRNs, right? Just like you were portrayed in the movie of I Am Legend, the FRNs are stuck up there. They might as well have been used as asswipe, toilet paper, right? In Venezuela, the money in the street, a man was doing art with it, making hats and different vase and all bars or whatever you call it with the FRN, the Bolivia, the hyperinflated dollar. It doesn't make sense, right? You don't want that. You want your head on a block.
That's right.
You see, when you plan to put our heads on blocks, on guillotines, for the defense of or the gospel of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, we want your head is on a block, right? We want your women, right? And your children, right? Just like how you rape, rob, and murder our families and split them up and cut our babies out of the mother's bellies and stomp them on the ground. You put our children as footstools and use them for rheumatoid arthritis, all these different things. You have to pay for these things, Esau. Thus saith Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? It says, verse 10, Habakkuk 2 and 10, thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people and hast sinned against thy soul. For the stone shall cry out of the wall, and the beam out of the timber shall answer it. Woe to him that buildeth a town with blood, and establish a city by iniquity. Behold, it is not of the Lord of hosts that the people shall labor in the very fire, and the people shall weary themselves in very vanity. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh, as the waters covered the sea. And this is why the prophets are out here to fill the earth with the knowledge of the glory of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. That's why we see Esau being the nigger that they are. They remove Google Plus because we share a lot of information across Google Plus. We highlight it across Google Plus. They're censoring YouTube, right? They're cutting out live streaming for 1,000 plus on your, unless you have 1,000 plus on your phone. All these different things is what quail or shut up the voice of the prophets, but you can't do it. The word is already out there. The camps, the cells are spread all across the world. We have spread like a cancer, but a righteous cancer in the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, right? Just like how you portrayed in the movie Mission Impossible. Started with the apostles and the cells spent across all the four corners of the planet Earth. Just like how you portray, right? So, if you have anything to close with?
Yes, I one quick one. This is Proverbs 22, verse 12. The eyes of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua preserve knowledge, and he overthrew the words of transgressors. So all the words Esau try to bring out as soon as but the Most High go and overthrow that. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua go and bring judgment on you, seeing there's a righteous thing with the Heavenly Father to recompense tribulation. And I just want to bring this quick one because he was talking about, the serpent. This is Sirach 21 verse 2. He said, flee from sin as from the face of a serpent. For if thou comest too near, it will bite thee, and the teeth thereof are as the teeth of a lion, slaying the souls of men. Because Big Brother Barack quoted the scripture in Revelations 14, all that will worship the image and the beast. shall feel the wrath of the Heavenly Father. You understand? And that what the serpent gonna do, it gonna slay your soul. Because now you had to be destroyed to come back through what the elect seed, to come back through the wanted and the elect seed. That's it for me there.
So that we give all praises to
So
Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bashem,
Shai,
Yahushai,
Bashim,
Bashem, Rakah,
Raka,
Kodash.
Dash, Rapita. Alright, shalom to the elect, brethren, of course, 4 points I plan. Let's pray that the lesson was edifying. Right, to what I say, how about Shimi or Chef for giving us
Bashem.
the understand to do this lesson. Peace and safety to the elect and their families. Double on say apostles again at the millstone, shalom.
Shalom. Mawat Lababal.
And dead to you, Uncle Tom, 2/3 too. Yeah, shalom. You're like peace you're like a peace in Egypt. Right? You're like peace in bondage. Dead to you too. Right? You clean shaven bald head, nigga. Dead to you. Right? Shalom.
Shalom.